When setting a goal, it is imperative that you create a plan to complete your goals. Depending on the nature of the goal, the plan can be short, simple, and to the point. It can also be very long, complex, and require many people and steps to complete. What's most important is that you have the appropriate plan for your goal. Although each goal is different and requires different levels of complexity, there are 5 keys to create an effective plan regardless of the size of your goal. The first key is to create a clear picture of the desired outcome. Another way of putting it is to, as Stephen R. Covey would say, begin with the end in mind. When you create a clear picture of the desired outcome, you define what the outcome should be and what success should look like in these 3 terms. First, there's complete failure. If this happens, you probably ought to think long and hard before continuing to pursue this goal. The second is the expected or desired outcome, and this is the result that you hope to see. And then the third one is over-the-moon success. This is when you are more successful than you thought was even possible in your wildest dreams. Identify key factors to obtain the desired outcome. For complex goals, there will be many factors that determine success or failure. For small and simple goals, on the other hand, there may only be a few factors that determine success or failure. The second key is to create specific milestones or benchmarks. Identify what you expect to accomplish and by when. This goes hand in hand with creating deadlines for your goals. When you work on your goals, there will usually be a beginning, a middle, and an end. The specific milestones and benchmarks will help you determine the beginning, the middle, and the end. Throughout this process, set checkpoints to follow up and review your progress. For the plan to be successful, the third key is to determine the resource requirements. Here are some categories the resources will fall into: time, money, people, equipment, and technology. Now let's take a closer look at questions you can ask regarding each resource category. Here are some questions that you can ask about time. How much time will be required throughout the plan? Will it be consistent throughout, or will there be peaks and then times where you're practically not involved at all? Will it be all your time, or will it involve others' time? The next one is money. How much money will be required for the plan to be successful? And where will the money come from? Will it come from donors, your day job, savings, sales, or some other source? The next one is people. Can you do this goal by yourself, or do you need help from others? Do the people that you will need help from have specialized abilities or skills? Do you need a large number of people or a small number of people? Will there be many tasks that you require a lot of people, or just a few tasks, or even a series of tasks? The next thing is equipment. What kind of equipment do you need to complete your goal? And when do you need it? How much will it be used, and will it cost a lot of money? I guess that kind of goes back to the money question, but equipment and what kind of equipment do you need, and when will you need it, and you got to ask those kind of questions as well. The next thing is technology. What technology do you need, and is it currently available? And if so, what does it take to get your hands on it? Is it going to be something that is readily available, or is it going to be challenging to access? Once you've identified your required resources, the fourth key is to identify potential resource sources. This sounds very similar to the third key of determining resource requirements, but it's actually a little bit different. And the reason why is because you need to identify where you will get the resources. Will the resources come from your own efforts and equipment, or will they come from others? If they come from others, will you be able to hire local experts, or can you outsource the work to others? And can they be based anywhere, or do they have to be based fairly close to where you're located? Well, when you understand potential resource sources, you have a better understanding of the size and complexity of the plan, and you know who you will depend on throughout the project. Since most goals depend on something or someone else, the fifth key is to identify potential roadblocks. Now this is a scarier area because you hate to identify roadblocks or challenges that are going to come from the very beginning, but it's essential that you do that. Some of the potential roadblocks, they can come from people falling through, not enough people, inadequate or untimely funding, equipment malfunctions, technology that isn't available, And well, the list goes on and on and on. There's a lot of different areas where you can, a lot of different potential roadblocks. And because there's so many potential roadblocks, it's important to identify the most likely roadblocks. For the most likely roadblocks, identify potential contingency plans that you can utilize if the specific roadblocks are encountered. Now, in conclusion, every plan is not the same because every goal is different. What's important is that you keep the 5 important factors in mind so you create the most effective plan. Now, let's recap. The 5 points are: 1. Create a clear picture of the desired outcome. 2. Create specific milestones or benchmarks. 3. Determine resource requirements. 4. Identify potential resource sources. And 5. Identify potential roadblocks. I hope that these steps help you create a more effective plan so you can reach your goals. Feel free to share your thoughts on how they are working for you in the comments section below. Now, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did and would like to watch more great videos just like it, please subscribe to the Leadership Done Right YouTube channel and check out leadershipdoneright.com. Also, please like the video and share it with others. Well, until next time, go and be the best leader that you can be.